November 17th and I really haven't been very active at all on any socials, to be honest. I posted a video on TikTok saying that I would make custom outfits for people for the Taylor Swift tour next year, and it did really well, and I've gotten like a ridiculous amount of emails from it, like hundreds of emails from it. So I've been literally going through emails for the past week straight. I don't know, like I've said in previous videos and in the last like podcast I uploaded, like I just have been a little uninspired and don't know like what to film because I haven't been doing too much. So it's like I don't know what would be fun to watch. I've also just been like going through it in my personal life with some stuff, so that's also an extra layer, and it's been a lot. But obviously things are on the upswing because I do have a lot of custom orders for Taylor Swift stuff. It's really fun, and I finally secured tickets yesterday. Oh my god, if you are also a fan that was trying to get tickets, I was like the designated ticket buyer for my friends because obviously everybody works normal jobs and I'm the only one who was like working from home. So I was like, I'll do it, like I'll get it. We had the boost. I had both like my like iMac and my laptop. I was logged in on my friend's account and my account for Ticketmaster and like doing it all at the same time. And for the first pre-sale, I like got in like maybe 20-30 minutes after like it was open, and by the time we got in there was like maybe a couple nosebleeds left and that was it. They were all behind the stage. I was like, I'm not gonna buy behind the stage tickets. So, and they were still like $100. I'm like, that's way too much to be paying for behind the stage, and that wasn't even including like the Ticketmaster fees. So luckily one of our friends had the Capital One card, so then I logged in again that day to try to get tickets, and by some miracle, like usually when you logged into Ticketmaster it would say like 2,000 plus people in front of you like right when it hit 10 a.m. when it would open, but for me it literally said like 400 people and I got in like 2 minutes after that. It was ridiculous. So I actually was able to get good seats. We got lower bowl seats, which I'm very excited about. What's like lower mid, which is what I wanted. I just didn't want to be in like the top. I was like, I don't care where we are, but like at least try to be in like the more lower area. So I'm very excited to be going and to be making so many people's outfits and everything. I think it's so cool. So we'll be seeing a lot of that. So if you're not a Taylor Swift fan, I'm so sorry, but my content is going to be heavily Taylor Swift based for the next like year. So yikes. But anyway, I'm gonna roll some clips from the last few days that I've like attempted to kind of vlog that I don't know if they even make sense together or not, but I figured I'd at least give you what I have. So roll that. So today is October 17th and it is my birthday, and it's just so weird to like celebrate a birthday when you're literally living by yourself, because last year I was living by myself, but I was in Spain for my birthday because we were on a little trip, so I was obviously with family. But yeah, today I'm like actually by myself and like we're kind of chilling. It's very weird feelings. But anyway, today is still a normal work day for me. It's not like I'm out and about doing whatever because it's a Monday and people work. So I've been spending the morning uploading things. My podcast is back, so I uploaded that. Very excited about it. I uploaded a full New York Fashion Week video of just like actually explaining everything. Went over like the costs of everything, like my actual thoughts now that it's over and everything. So that is there if you guys want to watch it or listen to it. And yeah, I uploaded a couple of things to my Instagram. I have a little sale going on right now for my birthday, which by the time this is up, obviously it's over. But yeah, doing that. I put up a bunch of fabrics for sale yesterday, which again, by the time this is up, maybe they're mostly sold out, but you can check the website just in case. So now I'm just going to start packing up some orders. I need to go to the post office because I have a few orders that I finished up last week that I haven't gotten around to packing up yet. So I have those, and then the fabric orders that I got yesterday. And I just want to start getting things out of the way. So that's kind of what I want to start with today. And I'm just gonna take the day like as slowly as I can, but also I have a lot to do, so I can't really take it that slow. But yeah, I'm potentially getting dinner with some friends later tonight, but one of them might have a work thing, so it might be pushed to tomorrow. So I might really just be alone the entire day, which is totally fine by me, but again, just weird. So let's get packing. So I haven't really vlogged in a hot minute because I've kind of been doing other videos that are kind of standalone videos, but I wanted to fill you guys in on some random stuff I've been working on. So if you kind of keep up with the podcast and just every vlog, I've kind of mentioned that business is super slow and I literally haven't gotten an order since I launched. So that's cool. I feel like I worded that weirdly, but I mean like I got some that week that I launched and I haven't gotten any since. So it's been a very dry month for me. So I've been trying to keep myself occupied with other things and finding obviously like other jobs and things to do to make money. So I did start another part-time job doing content creation for a brand. So I've been doing that. And another fun little like side thing that randomly came up is I obviously have this like wonderful embroidery machine that I wish I put to use a little bit more, because sometimes I like go through phases of using it a bunch and then other times where I kind of like forget that I have it and like don't utilize it. But it's such a wonderful embroidery machine that was gifted to me by Racoma, which is literally probably the coolest thing ever, and I'll have a link to it down below if you guys want to check it out. It's such a great tool if you have a business or you're like taking embroidery a little bit more seriously. And a stylist that I've worked for in the past asked me if I could embroider some stuff for one of her clients, so I went ahead and embroidered the waistband of some like boxer briefs because her client wanted some, and I'm shocked that we even found any that were completely blank on the waistband, because usually like they always are branded. So we found some that were not branded, and I went ahead and did 2 variations, one with the like logo that they sent over embroidered in the front, and one that's like kind of embroidered all around the waistband. So I'll show you guys the process. This was the process of just like getting the actual logo down. So the first one was obviously way too big, and then I tried a couple of variations of making it a little bit smaller to make sure it would fit the waistband, but then also like thick enough, because the first one was a little like thin. If you can see those, I had to like thicken out the actual logo so it would be a little bit more like visible. So we tried it on this like jank pair of boxers that she bought for me to test try on, and here were a couple of my test tries. This first one was honestly the best one, and then this one was a little too high. This one was way too high as well, and this one was pretty decent. Once I perfected that, I went ahead and actually did it. So here is those. This is the one with just the center one, and these have it all over, so it looked really good. I'm really happy with how it turned out, because I've never like embroidered on a waistband and I had no clue if it would work or how that would like manage, but this machine can literally do anything and it's just so good. She also had me do a couple of hats that are kind of fun. These hats she actually gave me as well, because they were samples that she was making to sell but didn't really love, and she gave them to me. She's like, if you want to upcycle them or find a way to use them, like I was like, sure, like why not? I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I also embroidered these, which is really cool. Also like first time kind of embroidering a cap. I mean, I've test tried a couple of times and like kind of figured it out. This wasn't like my first try and having it perfect, but I've done a couple of test runs with like my logo on other hats, and now that I've got it down, I was like, yeah, I can definitely do that, and those turned out really good, no problem. So very excited about that. And then the last thing is she also gave me samples of pants that she also sold that these had like defects on, so she was like, you can again upcycle these, which these are the pants that I upcycled into my New York Fashion Week dress that I wore, this one. These are the pants that I upcycled to do that. So she gave me a bunch of samples of these pants, and that's where that came from. But then she was like, if you want to upcycle a pair of those pants and kind of make it a little bit more grungy for this certain client, then like I'll take those too and give you creds. And I was like, sure. So I took the pants, which like have this really cool like pleated detail, which I guess you can't really see too much. I cut out the middle panel that was there and put safety pins all over. So pretty cool. I'll put like a little clip where you guys can see it better where it's on me. But yeah, so I also made those. So you know, we're just randomly taking on as many jobs as we can to make money, because here's the thing. When it comes to me and my business, sometimes I get frustrated because I have obviously a big following, not just on YouTube, but like Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Mainly I'm like talking on Instagram at this point. I have 30,000 followers on Instagram, which like if you like just come onto my page and see that, it's like, whoa, she's got a lot going on, must be doing well all the time. But my issue is that the amount of people that follow me on Instagram just because they also are a slow fashion brand, or they're somebody who likes design, or like a fashion designer, or aspiring fashion designers, or just people who want to do what I do, which is fine. But like I have so many people like that follow me that obviously don't necessarily convert to customers. It's really frustrating because it always looks like I should be doing really well, when in reality like my audience I haven't like really gotten to, because I've like captured the audience of people who like are also small business owners or like want to do what I do, but I haven't captured like a customer base. And so I just get so frustrated, and I'm trying to figure my life out. And yeah, that's not to say that you shouldn't follow me if you want to do what I do, but it's just like frustrating on my end, because I feel like that's all I've been attracting, which like is great for my YouTube channel obviously and for all the behind the scenes, but for when it comes to like actually selling, it's not very beneficial. So I'm trying to figure out how to like remarket myself, or like put myself out there in a way that would attract people. But anyway, in the meantime, it's fun kind of doing side projects. I also made my Halloween costume, which by the time this video comes up, Halloween's over and you've seen this, but you know, a little Reputation outfit, super fun. I had a lot of people also comment that you guys liked kind of seeing that and kind of seeing a new fresh take, and also the amount of people that told me I should sell this. Like literally in the video I'm like, oh, it's so fun to do something without the need to monetize it, and then the amount of comments that I got that were like, oh my god, you should sell it. I'm like,
guys, come on. Which is just funny to me, but anyway, it's fun to do that, but I can't be doing too many videos like that because it's like I'm spending money on fabric and not getting much return, because it's not like YouTube pays me that much per video for it to like necessarily be worth my time and energy. I don't know where I'm going with any of this, but basically my point is I don't know what I'm doing. I do know what I'm doing, but I'm not doing it in the way that I want to be doing it, but I'm not sure how to get to that point either. So you're doing great. But anyway, I figured I would just like put random bits and pieces of my life into this vlog because it's been kind of like sporadic.
Good morning, guys. It has been a very long time since I've vlogged, and I feel like I said this in the previous vlogs and on my podcast if you watched that, but I just like haven't had that much going on, so I don't know what to be vlogging. So here's the deal. I've honestly been just at my computer every single day for the past like week or so, especially the last like 3-4 days, because I, if you don't already know, am a huge Taylor Swift fan. Obviously I'm trying to get tickets to go to her tour, and it's become very popular nowadays to like go all out with your outfits for going to like concerts and stuff. Obviously we've seen that with like people that go to Harry Styles concerts, but I feel like with Taylor Swift's tour specifically, because it's like the Eras tour and because it's kind of all of her eras and albums mixed together, there's so much to play with. Like you could dress up as like any Taylor Swift from any era ever, or any music video, any award show, like anything goes, because it's like her entire pretty much life tour. So there's just so much to play with, and I know that everybody's like stressing about their outfits and really wanting to go all out, because also it's a huge thing that Taylor Swift, like you can't buy tickets to meet her, you have to get chosen to meet her, and usually the way that goes is like people with like the craziest outfits and that look like they're having the most fun at the concerts, and just people who go really all out. So obviously everybody wants really all out outfits so that they get chosen to meet her as well. So it's just, there's a lot of factors at play. So obviously I have an idea for my own outfit, which I will not be putting on the internet until I actually go, but I was like, you know what, it'd be fun to like maybe do other people's outfits too. I was like, I haven't really had a lot of traction with my shop lately or customs or really anything, so I was like, you know what, what's the worst that can happen? I'm just gonna put it out there. So I posted this video where I'm literally just like, hey, let me make your outfit. Like if anybody's gonna make your outfit, let it be like a really big Swiftie, and also if you have the budget for custom and you want to go custom, like let's do it, let's work together. And that video decided to also just like do really well. I think we're like at 160,000 views or something, and so many people have commented on it, and so many people have emailed me about it, and I'm not even done going through all the emails. Every single day I've just been sitting here answering people's emails, and like anytime I think that I'm done and like going through all of them, like my inbox is back at 50. It's just been a little chaotic with that, but like it's not something I can really show because I'm literally just sitting here answering emails. Like, it's really not that exciting. But I do think that I'm going to obviously make videos for the customs that I do, because I haven't done any in a long time, and it's just like super fun, and a lot of people want to recreate specific looks that Taylor Swift has worn, and a lot of people are wanting to do the same looks as well. So I'm thinking that I'll probably like make the look and then sell the pattern for the look in case you wanted to make it for yourself, because there's a few outfits that I think would be really fun to recreate for anybody, even if you're not Taylor Swift. Like I just think they're cute patterns as well, but they're obviously recreations, so it's not like a personal design, so I don't want to like sell it myself necessarily. So I think I'm gonna do that. On that note, I'm also digitizing other patterns right now. I think I'm gonna start selling them, which I said in my podcast if you didn't listen to that, but I would like people to test them out before I like officially put them out. So I'm letting my Patreon test them out first if they want to, just to give me feedback, because obviously I'm the only one who's ever seen these, and I would love for other people to use them and be like, hey, this is maybe something we could fix or whatever. So if you would like to, you know, be one of the people that gets to test out my patterns before they go live and for free, you can join my Patreon. I haven't been super active on it this year at all, but I think that this is gonna be a great way for me to be extra active on there, and hopefully a good incentive for you guys. So there's that. And yeah, I figured I would just start vlogging today because I miss vlogging and I miss being on YouTube, and I don't want to not be on it. I just like don't know what to be vlogging because I'm really not doing too much, but I don't know. Hopefully we'll find some fun things to do today and you can just come along with me. So it is about 12 now, which is my usual lunch break time. I've spent the entire morning literally just answering emails, because at this point, like obviously people are replying back to what I've replied to them, so now it's like a lot of back and forth. So between that and all the new emails from people that want stuff from me, it's just been a lot. But so far I have 3 confirmed custom orders that have like already paid the deposit, so I'm really excited to get started on those. And I have quite a few others that are like almost to that point, so very excited for it. Obviously you'll be seeing a lot of that content coming up soon, so I hope you don't mind the amount of Taylor Swift content that's coming your way. But anyway, I also spent a little bit of time brainstorming some ideas for my part-time job. I also do content for a boba tea company, like a DIY boba cake company. So I just spent a little time kind of going through TikTok and figuring out some new video ideas. I find it so hard sometimes to just like sit and like think of ideas, because I tend to be more of an intuitive creator, and I just like, I don't know, things just will come to me and I feel better about those ideas. But obviously when it comes to actually having a job that you're getting paid for, like I actually need to like sit down and do it. So that's been a little bit tricky for me, because I'm so used to kind of just doing it on my own time and kind of whenever it comes my way. But it's also been really good to kind of like put myself in that situation and try to come up with things. So just came up with like 10 more video ideas that I just sent to them, so hopefully we'll get approved for that and then we can film those. But yeah, it's kind of what my life has consisted of, is making content for them and emails. It's really pretty much it. That being said, it is my usual lunch break time, so we're gonna make lunch. I'm like 90% sure that the last time that I was vlogging and like I showed what I was making for lunch, I was also making salmon, and that's literally what I have. I made salmon last night, but whenever I make it, I always make like leftovers, or like leave leftovers to then make pasta with, because that is 10 out of 10. So that is what we will be doing. I really wish I had more to show. Like I really want to vlog and like, you know, give you guys an update and like post stuff, but I literally just don't have anything going on, so I don't know how exciting of a vlog this really is gonna be. But I'm trying to, I don't know, do something exciting at least. So here we go. Also, I don't know if I like mentioned this in a vlog. I don't think I did. I mentioned it in my latest podcast, but I ended up getting COVID last week, which was truly tragic, like genuinely so tragic, because I've avoided it for the entirety of this pandemic. Like I've never gotten it up until November of 2022. So I'm very sad that I broke my streak, but I also feel like having to take that whole week off last week has also put me in like a, wow, it's so nice not to be working and just do nothing kind of mood, which is obviously not a sustainable mood to be in. But yeah, I also feel like it's just hard to get into work for me right now, because I got a little too used to not doing anything and just having a good time. So we're not really having a good time. I was actually literally like dying on the couch and couldn't get up for like 3 days straight, but you know what I mean. On that note though, I did have a lot of time to watch TV, which I never do, but finished watching all of the new Love is Blind season. I don't know why I love that show so much. I think it's so fun, but this season was whack. I just finished watching the reunion yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever it came out, and that was also just wild. I feel like people are just so dramatic. Like I don't understand how people are so immature. That is my hot take on all of it. Although I don't think that's a hot take, because I think we're all on the same page. But watched all of that. I've also finished watching all of Selling Sunset, which I started watching when my friends Rachel and Kennedy came to visit. We started just having it playing for like background noise, and I was like, you know what, might as well finish it. So finished all of that. I've also been watching Married at First Sight. Don't know why I'm watching that, but also very interesting show to watch. I just find all of these like dating reality TV shows so interesting, because people's dynamics are just so interesting. So I've been watching that, and I think those are all the things I have watched. So if you'd like to talk about any of those, leave the comments down below and I'm glad to discuss. But yeah, I like never watched TV, so it was actually really fun to just get to like sit and like catch up on random things that I never really get to watch. So on that note, let's make lunch. So I'm gonna eat. You know, I really thought I had like heavy whipping cream in the fridge, and I didn't. So this is a white wine kind of sauce instead. Not my first choice, but you know, I gotta make it work. Not too shabby, honestly. On a complete side note, this is really random, but I haven't worn this sweatshirt in so long. It's a California sweatshirt, which is funny because now I live here. I got this the first time that I visited LA with my family for Christmas in 2013, 2013 or 2014. I want to say it was like my 8th grade year, so whatever year that was. It's so funny because during that trip, like obviously it was a fun trip. We came for Christmas. We spent like Christmas Day at Universal and like we just like had a great time. But I didn't like fall in love with LA necessarily. Like after that trip, I never was like, oh my god, I want to live there so bad. Like it was still always just New York for me. Like I was an LA hater. Like I was like, I don't know why people would choose LA over New York. New York is so much more fun, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like LA and New York have different, like completely opposite vibes in terms of like when you visit New York, I think it's super fun. But then when you live there, sometimes it's not as fun. Whereas LA, I think when you visit, it's not as fun because you're just like, I don't know, it's hard to get around if you don't know what you're doing and there's just a lot going on. But once you live here, then it's like super fun and you like know the spots to go to and what to avoid and whatever. And I guess you could say the same for New York, but I felt like in my experience, I had more fun and I still have more fun visiting New York than I did when I lived there. But here, I think I have so much more fun now that I live here rather than when I was visiting. So that's just my interesting take that I've come to realize after putting on this sweatshirt and remembering that I wasn't in love with LA when I bought it. But here we are like almost 10 years later. Anyway, I'm going to eat this and then we'll figure out what the heck we're gonna do with our day. I don't know what else we're gonna do. Probably just continue answering emails, but I don't know. I wanna do something a little more exciting to show y'all, but sometimes life just is not that exciting. Good morning, guys. It is the next day, obviously. Last night, I honestly got very overwhelmed because, to be honest, whenever I get this amount of like emails and just like that amount of notifications, it just gets very overwhelming and I just was not feeling good. So just took the night off, watched TV and doodled in my sketchbook for like 4 hours straight. So that's how that night ended, which is fine. But I feel like this is the downside to going viral or just like, I don't know, getting a lot of attention on something. It can get very overwhelming, at least for me, because like I want to answer back to everybody, even like comments on the video, like I want to answer back, but it's like there's like thousands at this point, so I can't actually answer to everybody. But it's like, I don't know, it just feels very overwhelming. Just had to take the night off. But anyway, today is Saturday and I don't know if I mentioned this in the vlog, but tomorrow one of my friends is coming to stay with me, which I'm super excited about. My friend Hallie, who was my photographer at New York Fashion Week, she did the e-commerce shoot for me and then she was obviously also at the show and we hung out afterwards and everything. She's an internet friend of mine. One of my first ones, actually. I think she reached out to me like literally like summer of 2020 and I've been like keeping up with her ever since, and we obviously met for the first time in New York and we got along so well. But she's in LA and she asked if she could stay with me and I was like, oh my god, please do. I would be honored for you to stay with me. And obviously like I live by myself, so I have the room whenever people want to come, because I feel like most people have roommates and I feel like that's a little more annoying to like go stay with somebody when they have roommates. So very excited. But that being said, I need to clean up everything and get myself situated. Not that it's like very dirty, but honestly I feel like 2 days will pass and it just looks like I haven't cleaned in months, which is a little rough because I literally deep cleaned last weekend. But here we are. So that's what we're gonna do. I think I'm gonna like eat breakfast first, but after that we will get cleaning.